everyone. So, this was an amazing episode. It was a great cast of guests from, of course, me and my amazing co host, Akasha, Dixie, Sassy, Scouse, and even Radagast Wolf came through to visit and have some conversation and fun talks. Also, it was a long episode, so we had to break it down into two parts. Part one and part two. So without further ado, let's begin. Please enjoy part one of the awesome episode. We hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Episode. The episode when you were on, like, it didn't record like it was supposed to. So we never did get to redo that episode of you being the guest. So you're more than welcome to be the guest, or you can put me in the hot seat. It's up to you, Vampire Queen.
I don't think it really matters at this point.
Okay, so we'll both be the guest then. How about that? So
Okay.
Dixie's gonna join us. She's putting her she's putting Scouse to bed. And like, that's an important thing for a couple. Like I love when Miss Sassy puts me to bed. Like it's always fun. So okay, so let's start right here. Okay, Akasha, that been a part of it for a while. You've been a part of other online communities for a while, correct?
I have.
So how does like, one main thing that we always say is we try to keep real life and virtual life separate. Like we've touched on this a lot because that's what everybody tries to do. They always try to keep them separate, but it's very hard. Like me and like our virtual lives, they became real life. Like you married your online husband. Were y'all together in real before y'all became online, or y'all met online, right? Okay, so y'all met online.
Yeah,
and,
we met online. Yeah.
Yeah, and then y'all became a real life couple. Like that's hard. That's hard to distinguish because you get all these feelings for someone. I don't understand how how people that are married in real life, like I have a lot of friends, like they're married in the game to somebody, but they have a real life husband. No, you told me to put it back. So how does one do that? Like, how do you keep, in your opinion, anyways? How do you keep a husband in real life and a husband on the game, and how do you keep them two separate? Don't you think that shit would get like real? I don't know, like.
Yeah, I don't know either how that shit will work. For like I said, I didn't have a husband or a boyfriend in real life. But I did have one before I came into 3DX, and he's the guy that brought me into 3DX. But other people who have husbands and a wife, and they come onto this game and get with somebody else, I don't know how that shit really works. Unless they're in an open marriage and the game doesn't really involve it in real life as an open marriage, because everything's different because you're in a virtual world where you can't actually meet the person in real life. But
Exactly.
but you have a husband or wife with you in the real life where you can't be with forever. But I don't know, because this would happen with a lot of people. There are, of course, you have the I think it was DJ Muffin with his wife. I think it was his wife. I think it is, yeah. That he has a wife and they're both on the game. Then there's Saint Vitus, who has a wife in real life, but he was dating Mara Winterhide.
Yes, he was. Yep.
Yes, he was. So that's an example right there. He has a wife who doesn't play the game until sometime recently, last year or something. She came into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Saint Vitus, what I've been told by Mara and other people, Saint spoiled Mara by sending her gifts to Canada. Because remember, he's in the US, she's in Canada. So he would send her a lot of shit. She started having feelings for him as well, having feelings for her, even though he's married. But I guess some shit happened, between, I don't know if it was because the wife found out that him and Mara were, getting really, really too damn close, or something else. I don't know. But somebody told me because they were getting too damn close that St. Vitus had to dump her, or she dumped him. I don't know how it went, but no one really gave me the exact story or the whole scenario of how that shit happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would seem like it would be like I tell people all the time, like, that's in 3DX that has married, that's married, have spouses. Like,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of females that play this game that are married, their husbands don't know that they play 3DX. I know of several individuals that um, their husband thinks they're just in a dance troupe, right? So
Yeah.
they just dance, or they they just DJ in 3DX. And there used to be a guy, and I'm not gonna say his name because it's a long time ago, but there used to be a guy in 3DX that used to stream um, his 3DX, like he would stream 3DX on his game stream, right? It was like iPlex.com or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was before Twitch, all that shit. And this had to have been like 2017, 2018. And he would go around. The only reason I know is because, like, when I started playing, me and my real life ex-wife now, but wife at the time, we started together. So I allowed her to do whatever she wanted. I was held prisoner by her. I wasn't allowed to talk to women or anything. But this guy come in, and he asked her. He said, "I get permission from the room owners anytime I come in, to make sure it's okay to stream in their room." And she told him, yeah. And he begged her to fuck him on while his stream was live. And I guess he didn't think I was in there or something. I don't know exactly why he did it, but he offered her real cash, to if she would fuck him in the game, live on his stream. And like, she was like, "No, man, I ain't doing that," and whatever. So he got pissed off, and he started making the accusation that me and my ex-wife we were one and the same. Like, that shit followed me ever from the day that I joined 3DX. He's the one that started all that bullshit, and like, he would run around telling everybody that this, and this, and like, but we find out that him in particular, he would go and he would target married women that he knew that their spouse in real life didn't know that they played through 3DX. And what he would do is he would fuck them on live on his stream and record it, and record their private chat, and then he would blackmail them into doing. They had to do whatever he asked, or he would mail that to their husbands. Right, that was his whole scheme. So he did that to about 3 or 4 people um, um, before he came at my ex-wife. And like, I think somebody finally was able to report him and had proof that he was doing this, and so he wanted to just destroy a woman's life because she was playing an online sex game. But I mean, like, it was ridiculous that people would do that. Granted, I mean, like, I've always told my partners, if I was with somebody in a relationship, like, I showed them what 3DX was. I showed Sassy when we first started dating, and then eventually she came into 3DX. So I don't understand how you can do that. Also, the feelings never stay in the game. Like, especially if you get married and you've been together for quite some time, like, them feelings, they creep outside the game. So anybody that says that they don't, like, I need to know their secret. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, how does that happen? How can you love somebody virtually in a virtual space, and but not love them in the outside world? So, like, that's just, it boggles my mind when I hear people say that shit. And on top of that, the most of the women and men who say we only keep it virtual are the first ones to flip the fuck out. Like, when they find out that you're dating somebody in real life or something like that, and they didn't know that, like, they're the first ones to flip the fuck out. And like I had a couple of them do that. And I'm like, look, it says on your profile to keep real life and virtual life separate. So why are you freaking the fuck out on me for having a real life girlfriend that I didn't tell you about? Because that's keeping our virtuals and reals separate. But, like, it's crazy. Okay, so um, one like one issue seems to come up a lot in online communities is trolling, right?
Yeah.
So, have you had experiences with trolls? Not just in 3DX. Like, have you? Is that a problem? Like, on, like, your stream and stuff. Like, do people come in and like, do you have a big problem with trolls, or no?
I never had trolls an issue in my stream. For one time there was one troll. I don't know who he was, and I don't know if he was following me or he saw my name on the game, because when I'm live streaming, I'm playing this game called Hunt Showdown. It's a fun first person shooter game. Though it is very intense, you get pissed off easily in that game. But you can also have fun at the same time. Trust
Oh,
me.
yeah.
If you see me live streaming that fucking game, you see me how
Yep.
fucked up I am pissed. I'm having fun at the same time. It's just like, it's very chaotic in that game.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like the first thing I noticed about you is that you're screaming and laughing at the same time. Like, you
yeah,
get highly upset when you miss a headshot, but, like, you gonna run that fucker down. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
it's just
But
that kind of
yeah.
fun.
So, anyways, I was playing with my husband's friend Sam, who is like my friend, but we don't really talk much like she does with him. So we were playing that game, and I'm still live streaming that time, and this guy came into my stream and started going off, saying like, "You headshotted me, this and that." I'm like, was it just the round before now? And he's like, "You got me last round, you got me a headshot." I'm like, I never headshot anybody. Like, I miss headshots. I either get him with my katana or I try to kill him with my gun. So apparently there's somebody else in the game that has the exact name, but not the exact actual name. Um, because I think I was using a different name before I changed it to Vampire Queen Akasha. Because on Steam, the game goes off your Steam name. So if you have the Exo King Data XOX on your Steam account, that's how the game's going to go off of your name. Until you change it, it's going to go off of that new name. So my Twitch stream link is in my profile, but my name was Akasha Blood Moon. But apparently he said that somebody with my name, Vampire Queen Akasha, shot him in the head. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I'm not that person. Yes, my Twitch username is Vampire Queen Akasha, but my Steam name is Akasha Blood Moon. So there's a difference here in my names. So yeah, he came trolling in my stream because he got a little pissy that he got headshot.
And probably even more pissy that he got headshot by a girl.
Yes, exactly.
Like guys are petty like that. Like they get like they'll be fine. Like if their best friend shoots them in the head, but if their girlfriend shoots them in the head, they get a little sideways about that, which is kind of bullshit. Like I'd rather get shot in the head by my girlfriend than some dude. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, like with me, like I said, I get pissed off either way, by a man or by a woman who shoots me or stabs me with a katana or whatever shit that they're using to kill you with. Mm-hmm. It does get me pissed off because you assume that you got them at the same time, but really you didn't. You just probably cut them or you wounded them, but they still got the kill on you instead of you trading off on the kill at the same time. So it does piss me off, and it does piss off other people off. But no, this guy literally just got his ass handed to him by some chick.
I got you. Yeah, that. It's like I'm I'm a little bit older than you. I'm probably a lot older than you actually. Like I'm like 90 or some shit like that. But like when I used to play games a lot. Like when I was younger. When I became an adult, like we fucked up. We had kids really really early, so like we never had time to really like get into games when they became really really popular, right?
Yeah.
Like I was working I was trying to work a company that we had started and all this shit. So I really didn't have time to the game that I really got into and I played when I was a grown up. I would play it now if I had it. It was a game called Burnout. Have you ever played that?
No.
Okay, well, Burnout is just a racing game, except it's a lot different than a normal racing game. Like the only part of Burnout that we ever played was this part called it was a mini game type series inside the game, and it was where they would have pre-built intersections, right, of like Los Angeles or of some other city. Thank you, honey. And you would have to race down the road, and you would have to try to cause as much damage as possible in that intersection. And you got enough bonus points, you could make an explosion. And so you tried to make every vehicle in the intersection that's on that map wreck, right? And you get more points for more damage, and whatnot. And that was like that was the funnest game ever. And so I never really got into the like. I don't like looking through eyeballs of somebody else. Like being John Malkovich. You ever watch that movie?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, so it's a movie about a guy who looks through the eyes of another guy, right? And like it's crazy. So, what the hell is that? Hang on one second, because something just started playing. There we go. Okay, so what's up, Scott? How are you doing, buddy? So like if I'm playing a shooter game, I like what's that game? Max Payne. You remember that game when it come out? Okay, like I like if I'm gonna play a game like for RDX, I want to be in the third person view. Like I want to see my avatar's body. I just never got into like looking through the eye view of like I don't even do it on 3DX. So
what about that Splinter Cell as well? That was another good one.
Oh, Splinter Cell, yeah. Oh, and there was a really good game, and it was it was completely out of the ordinary. It didn't play like any other game, and it was you were a whole team, and you wasn't just one individual person on that team. You were the whole team, so you could switch from person to person. I think it was a team of 5. You were like
SOCOM.
Navy SEAL. What was it?
SOCOM.
It was like it was like SOCOM, but it wasn't SOCOM. It was something else, but it was almost identical to it. So, but SOCOM was a good game. I mean, like I did play them, but I didn't I didn't play them for a long time. I would maybe sit down for like 10 minutes and try to play one, and then I would just like something would come up, like I had to go like buy some drugs or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like life came in between me and the Xbox for the most part. Oh, by the way, Akasha, are you a Xbox or a PlayStation? Which one do you fall on? Like, because I know everybody, it's like Burger King and McDonald's or iPhone and Android.
Oh my God.
What are you?
I never had a PlayStation, but my brother did when I was still living with my mom as a teenager. But he only allowed us to play on it if he was playing on it. Okay. So, but he also had a Wii. We were allowed to play on it only if my brother was playing it. But we did have an Xbox 360. We had a Nintendo 64, which was like the GameCube and the old version of the Nintendo 64. Those were the only 3 consoles that we were only allowed to play on.
Well, Scouts, what about you?
I used to be all ride or die for PlayStation, but for the past couple of years, it's all Xbox.
Right. I have an Xbox, but I can't play on it because I don't have a fucking TV.
Well, like I had a PlayStation when they first came out, like the big white ones, right? I'll tell you, when I was young, when I was a kid, like that's when Nintendo first came out, right? We eventually got a Nintendo, but I had 5 brothers and sisters. Like I never got to play. So I sat there and watched them. But like when all them moved out, like my game of choice, and I loved it, was the Sega Genesis. Like y'all remember them? Like Mortal Kombat, the original one came out on the Sega.
Yeah.
Right. So I was a Sega person, and then when we got up to adulthood and the PlayStations came out, we had a PlayStation. Then we got a PlayStation 2, and then Xbox. We had the original one. Like I had the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, the GameCube, the Nintendo GameCube. I even had
Dreamcast.
what? Yeah. I even had a hand. You know, that I had it was called a Sega Game Gear, and it was the answer to the Game Boy, except it was big. Like it was 2-handed, and it was in color. It was high. It was like high definition at the time. Like it was a badass. I had it for 2 days before one of my buddies stole it from me, and I never seen that bastard again. But and then the Dreamcast. I didn't like the Dreamcast nearly as much. I didn't play it hardly because like you had to buy the CDs for it.
No, we
and,
didn't either.
Yeah, it was just not fun at all.
The furthest I got on the systems was the Wii. It was like the Wii came out and I stopped.
I think everybody had a Wii.
I still have a Wii.
Like so do we. I mean, Lily's got it now, but I still have our Wii. Like I think when the Wii came out, it was totally revolutionary. Like that was the first one that you could actually like hold something and be wireless and jumping around and shit. I know when we first bought one, me and my ex-wife like she couldn't walk for 3 days after the first night, right? Because you're jumping around and like playing tennis or whatever. I know I replaced 3 windows and 4 TVs. Go ahead.
My oldest son, he can whoop some ass in some Just Dance.
Well,
yeah, Drew, he can whoop ass in some Just Dance.
That's a good quality to have.
He used to whoop his sister and brother's ass all the time in doing it. But we only had 2 remotes, so Justin was little, so he would pretend like he was playing.
Mm-hmm. That was Lily. But like, I remember that that was a fun game. Like they should have put more into that instead of letting it just flounder like it did. One of the best games for. I mean, it was for the computer, but they had it for the Wii too, and it was a Sims game. It was Sims Castaways. I don't know if y'all ever played that. Like that was one of the best Sims games
I played it.
I ever played in my life. Like that shit was fun. We're
Yeah,
running around.
I like the games.
Yeah.
I just throw house parties and then like it ended up having a massive fire and everyone would die in it.
And the
Crazy.
what game
well,
again?
The Sims.
Oh, the Sims. Oh my god, I love the Sims.
Welcome, Jamin Tiwin, however you say your name. Welcome to the show.
That's a Gemini twin.
No, Gemini twin. Thank you. See, I can't. I'm old. I'm old, Akasha. I can't see that far. Like that's a long way to
Hey,
see.
that was a big word, and she said it. That was a big word, and she said it.
No, she did. Yeah, I'm like that was good, Akasha. You did good on that one.
What? It's easy to pronounce and read. You need glasses, King.
I do. I really do. Radagast Wolf, welcome, sir. Anyway, yeah, the Sims, like the Sims have really gone rogue. I don't know if y'all played the newest one. Like, do y'all play the Sims 4?
The Sims 4?
No.
Yeah, I have the game. I have it.
Oh my gosh! Like they say that
I haven't
that
played
shit's
it.
off the chain. Like you can be a stripper and like you can do a lot of shit. I'm in the Sims 4. When I first started playing the Sims, y'all, like it was the very first Sims, and it was not like
That's what I did too.
anything. It was not anything that
Hey, Joe.
looked like it was
Hey,
now.
Joe.
You know what I'm saying?
Hi, Wolfie.
It was crazy. I'm trying to see if Radagast. There you go, my friend. Are you in here? Okay, yeah, you're in here. That's cool.
Joe Saab is here.
Mr. Wolf, how you doing,
Joe Saab
sir?
is here too.
Joe Saab, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Like we were just talking about the Sims, like the new Sims, like that. That shit seems like crazy. Like one of my
try the mod version of the Sims 4, where it's all nude, where you can actually see everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well, like one of my buddies said that he will, like he'll fucking he'll like Scout said, he'll throw a house party. And he'll get everybody in one room, and then he'll take the door away. Like, and they all start fighting each other. And
yep.
Like,
take the door away, put a massive fire in there, and load of rugs.
What the fuck?
It's hell. It literally is hell.
Or throw a pool party, and everybody's in the pool, and you take the ladder away.
Oh.
Yeah, seen that one done. Seen that.
And you see Sims start killing each other.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's
brutal.
That's upsetting, ain't it? Like, that they would do that to these poor Sims. Kind of funny, but a little upsetting.
That's brutal.
It's pixel. It's pixel murder.
Yeah, pixel murder.
Pixel genocide is what we would call that.
Yeah.
So,
death by pixel? Come on. You got to add the story in there too. Like you can do it here in 3DX.
What's up, Wolf? How you been, sir?
Been a long time, Data.
Sour cream dipple.
Man, it has been a long time. Yes, sir. I remember
Bring one.
the very first episode. It was like episode number 2 that you were the guest. And it was a great episode. Like you were one of the best guests that we had. Like you did. I mean, you were just fabulous. But I don't know if Akasha, do y'all know each other? Do y'all know? Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a loaded question, boy.
Yeah, oh my god, that's a lot of questions right there. Stick to one question, then go off that.
Look,
Okay,
man,
let's put it this way. Yes,
you
Akasha and I have known each other for at least 3 to 4 years.
Okay, good. Like Akasha, you know me by now. Like I don't do that. Like I bounce like a boomerang.
Well, you
Like
got
over here,
boomerang, but it stopped bouncing.
over here, and over here, and over here, and just over here.
No,
Stuff
it just
like
needs to
that.
go straight to a freaking line. Okay,
That's
straight.
not
Okay.
that's not what a boomerang does, ma'am.
I don't give a
Okay,
damn. You got to figure it out. Just figure it out.
Do you really want
okay,
to lose
so
people so well? I think so.
okay, so Akasha, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
And Dixie, everybody can answer this question. One at a time if y'all want. But like we've seen a lot of scandals that's rocked the 3DX world, right? And similar platforms without naming names. What are some of the biggest controversies that you've seen yourself? Like have you ever have you been there when like the shit hit the fan? Like
Oh,
we don't want to single nobody out or point to no individual, but like have you seen the shit hit the fan before, like in 3DX?
there's a lot of shit hitting the fan. What the? You can't be. You have to be specific because a lot of shit still hitting that fan.
It
It's
hits it
barely,
every
barely
day.
come on
What are
here.
you talking about? It hits it every day.
It
So
hits it every day, no matter what.
we'll pick your most memorable moment that you can remember.
Uh, yeah, no, this shit involves me mostly, so I'm good.
Yes, I knew it.
No, I'm good. Most of the shitting hitting the ceiling is mostly me and mostly Rada and some few people. I know I'm good. I'm good.
So when that happens, we just plead the fifth.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You need
What about
to,
you, Wolf?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll put it this way. I can give you two things here. First off, I remember working at Cal's slave auction, and at one point, Mistress comes up to me and says, "You got to stop this. You have to end this slave thing." And one night, the following week, she comes in again and says, and she's harassing me. And I'm like, I will not. I agree that the idea of a woman being a slave or man being a slave is bad, but they're living fantasies in this experience. I will not deny them that. Please stop. And she just kept going, and Kyle had to ban her from the room. Never heard from her again, thankfully. But that was one kind of scandal. And then I want to point out one thing. 3DX is going to be joining the offerings at Steam, right?
Worst decision ever.
Yep.
In some ways, because they will have to rewrite their terms of use and terms of service where age play and other things that people do, which I don't do, mind you, but people do that. I've had talks to people who are like, yeah, I do it, and other people who are disgusted by it. And they will have to write it so that they will not be allowed to do that, and there will actually be penalties for people's abuse. And that's kind of good and kind of bad, because Gizmo does jack shit.
Gizmo does nothing. Take your time, hon. We have been over this before. Like, I actually just got banned for like 2 weeks from the forums because, like, I hammer Gizmo every time I can get my hands on him. I hammer him about his communication skills. Like, he don't have none, especially when it comes to his customer base. Like yeah, we're all paying to be here. Like, we're paying your company, whoever company it is, but we're paying Sex Game Devil $10 or $40, however much you pay. If you pay yearly, monthly, bi-monthly, whatever. So I say it like this. I put it in these terms. I told Dixie this about a week ago. Like, it's like me when I owned my company, coming to your house and going, yeah, we're here to clean your carpet, even though you didn't call. We're going to clean it anyways, and we're not going to tell you how much it's going to cost. We're just going to come in there and clean it, and then eventually we'll tell you how much you owe us. Like, that's what it feels like in 3DX, because nobody's like, people like that server is slammed with questions and current concerns and shit that never get addressed. Like any other company would go bankrupt, if they use the same practices that Sex Game Devil does or Sex Devil Games does. Like no communication at all.
King, I have something to share here. Have you noticed there's no accountability whether for banks or for game companies? They will put out game companies. They will put out, for example, Cyberpunk 2077. They worked their workers 17 hours up until the end point. Yes, they put out a shit product, and yes, they made good on their word that they would fix a good portion of issues. But where do we, the buyer, actually get a good product? Where did we get in essence retribution for their fuck up? Most companies are not held accountable in this day and age. If this happened in the 90s, and I'm not joking here, I remember playing Ultima 7, a floppy disk game, and they sent me only one time a floppy disk to update it because they found 1 or 2, 3, maybe 4 errors to fix. And that was then, so they didn't have the internet as we do now to push out these updates. So accountability is part of the issue here. And when we look at the forums, if you say something, people will jump on you like you deserve to be flamed, and this for no reason. They will flame you for no reason.
Oh yeah, we were accused just today, me and Dixie, of flaming somebody. That's the first time I even heard of that before. But like, it's not even it's you don't even have to go as far as the forums. You just go as far as world chat. And I don't know if you've been online today, but like all day long, it was like jump on King Day, and like I got broad shoulders, bro. I can take whatever y'all can, they can dish. I've gotten to the point now to where like it's comical. Like I don't get mad anymore. Like I just I just laugh it off. Because it is crazy how like people can dish out all the venom and toxic shit they want to all day long, nonstop. But the moment somebody turns around and steps back to them, that's not okay, right? And then you get all these other people coming in to pounce on the one person, like standing up to the bully, basically, kind of like the David and Goliath type thing, right? You got a couple of Davids, and you got a whole bunch of Goliaths that will jump on top of you, just for calling the person that's being a douchebag out. Like it's disheartening sometimes. Like it's sad to see how bad it has gotten in this community right here. I really wish that like we had a lot. Oh, I love Leisure Suit Larry. Like that was a great game. But I wish we could have a little bit more love and a lot less fucking miserable individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if people know that stress will kill you a lot earlier in life. Like, it will. Shit.
Yes, what is this thing you talk of? I do not know what it is.
Well, Scouse is a prime example. Scouse is a very good guy. Like I didn't know him before. Everybody said he was a cocksucker and a douchebag. Whatever. I didn't know him then, right? So I can't say that if that was the way it was or the way it wasn't. But even Scouse tells it. Like he was not the best person. Like he was not the best of him, right? And
He was
I wasn't either. When I was like in a couple years ago, I was an asshole. Like I was a bona fide dickhead, as you say. But
couple months ago.
Couple months ago, what? Who, me?
Yeah, you. More than a couple of months, but it's still been less than a year, fucker.
I know not what you speak of, Dixie. Anyway, so
Oh, one second. Pause. Dixie, is your nickname for King fucker? Hey, fucker, get over here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I call my kids little fuckers.
Yeah, the kids are called little fuckers. So, or
Get him
fuckers.
back.
Welcome back, hon. Like
Sorry,
that was one of the
But
best movies.
not kids.
That was one
They're
of the
not
best movies on
grown
earth.
kids. They're grown kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all remember when Meet the Parents came out? It was a funny movie, but then when Meet the Fockers came out, oh my god! Like that was one very rare instance that the sequel was so much better than the original movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Meet the Fockers was a great fucking movie. Yeah, I swear to God. Like I can still watch that movie today. But anyways, yes, I was a complete dickhead. Like I was, and like I can say that to be the truth. And like I got to the point to where nobody gave a fuck if I was stressed the fuck out. Like everybody, they went on about their business. They did not worry about how stressed the fuck out I was. So I had to adopt that practice, right, and not let all this bullshit permeate my real life.
Dixie did.
I mean,
Dixie did.
no, I mean, then I did before that. But I'm talking about like when I drew that line in the sand. Like I don't allow 3DX to permeate mine and Sassy's relationship. Like we go on and we do our thing, and then we get off. And 3DX is not influences. It doesn't influence our decisions in real life, right? We're as happy as we was the first day we met as we are now. Like even more happier. Like I found out that Sassy has no gag reflex. That's like true love right there. I'm just saying, like, yeah. So, but back to the topic, like stress.
I need to put some bleach in my ears.
What? All I'm trying to say is stress will kill you a lot quicker than old age will. Like, I hate to see all these people that are just so like they're just a ball of nervous energy, and they freak out about everything that happens in 3DX because I don't know if 3DX is paying their bills or not. I mean, if it is, okay, then be stressed out about 3DX. But if 3DX if they ain't watching your baby, so you can go to work, or if they ain't paying your electric bill, or if they aren't putting tires on your car, why let 3DX or any other online platform for that matter affect your mental health, right?
Yeah.
But we do. I mean, we do let it get into our mental health. We do let it get into our brain. We do let it get into our feelings. I mean, we do.
Let me share some insights here for you. You're all real people here in this group. So where's the issue in allowing online 3DX or anything quote unquote online is still real because I'm still talking to a real person. The difference that I notice with people on 3DX, some come and that can be taken wrong. Yeah, I know. But some log in and they look for certain things. Some are there for fantasy to forget the world around them and come in to make a fiction, a fantasy. So they don't want to make a connection with you or anything. When those people like myself who have come on there, get on there, and we make connections, we will get hurt because we care. We have emotions that we are allowing to become a part of us to the other person. And this is something I've noticed since I joined the internet itself in '95. We have, as people, we kind of let the screen become a mask for ourselves, and two things come out: the liar or the very good person, or what the person we want to be. the good part that we want to be, or the bad part. One, those two typically come out. Not the actual person we are day to day in the world around us, job, whatever. So here we are just still people. So why can we say no? We shouldn't get emotional when actually we are caring about those people or creating, as we feel, a connection. Now that other person may not create a connection because they see it as just, oh, well, I'm just here for fucking. Simple as that.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I
Pretty much.
totally agree. Like, I've known people that, like I equate 3DX in any online virtual world as an escape from your real life. Like, we got enough stress and enough bullshit that we have to deal with in real life on a daily basis, right? That we should not have to deal with that and more when we come on to an online platform. And like, I see people that, like, they treat 3DX and other platforms like it was their real life. And it could be, like, I'm not saying it's not, because there is a lot of people that they don't have a real life per se, you know. And so their online world, their online life is their real life, right? And so I'm not disparaging any of them people. I'm just saying, like especially 3DX, because it's a sex game. You're here. Most people come here to do things that they would not do in real life. I mean, am I wrong in that assumption?
No.
Nope. That's why I was
No.
saying it's a fantasy. You know,
It definitely is a fantasy.
look, I
Yeah.
can do stuff and role plays on here that I could not do with my body in
That
real
you go to
life.
prison
Okay?
for.
Yeah, simple as that. So
That too.
yeah, like so I can quote unquote turn into a werewolf, role play that out, and thus have that fantasy. And the other person kind of has to consent with it, not kind of, but has to consent with it. But the thing is, I've done role playing on IMVU and other before we had 3D chat abilities. With text chat alone, just to create these stories, it's hard, but it's also creative. You know, you want to see how you can push yourself.
Yeah. Like
Well,
I
3D
guess,
3DX
go ahead.
3DX for me is pretty much like my social life, because I'm not a very social person in real. Like, and that's by choice, not by because I have to be. It's by choice. I choose not. I don't like people, and I like people in small doses. But for the most part, I'm kind of a loner hermit type thing. But yeah, that's just what it is for me. It's my social life, and I get to do like the fantasy. I get to do the stuff that I don't get to do because it's not available in the towns that I live in, or like I raised my kids by myself, so the internet. I started on IMVU. IMVU was my outlet. Like, I would go to work, I would come home, take care of my kids, and then they'd go to bed, and I'd play IMVU, and that was my thing. So I've only been on 3DX for a little over a year,
And I
and
overdose her every day on.
I like I like 3DX, and but I also liked IMVU to an extent because of the other outlets that IMVU does offer that 3DX limits you to. So I mean, even the 3DX has its better things to like act out stuff. But as far as like the role playing and stuff, you can actually do more on IMVU as role playing. You just can't
Yeah.
like physically act it out the best, but because the triggers and the stuff like that suck. But yeah, I mean, but for the most part, I mean, if they was like to intertwine IMVU and 3DX, it would be the perfect game.
You know, I think
What?
3DX has a control factor. Like the devs, and Gizmo and the other ones, like they don't want to release that control. Like they have complete control over their platform, right? So like we cannot import textures that we want, right? Or we cannot you can't check your email, your messages online. You can't make an online you cannot do things that other platforms have been able to do for years. And it's exactly by design because they don't want to give up that control. There's other platforms out there that are complete pirated ripoffs of 3DX, and you can do so much more on them, right? Because like they don't want to have complete Sex Game Devil. They want to keep complete control over their product, and I kind of understand that to an extent, but like they're fixing to lose that control. I don't think they understand how much control that they're fixing to lose by going on to Steam.
Give me the ibuprofen, please.
Because just like some other people have said, like you can go on the 3DX forums and you can rant and rave, but you know what? They're going to ban you for about a week or two, and then they're going to delete your posts so nobody else sees them. On Steam, they're not going to be able to do that. Like that shit's going to stay up there, and it's going to stay up there. And it's gonna stay up there. Go ahead.
Thank you. No, I'm talking to my daughter. And now I need some pain meds at the moment because I had to take a rinse. That's why I said I'll be right back because I'm bleeding from my chest area.
Holy shit! What? I mean, like,
give me the Advil. Give me in my purse. What?
I said, did you get shot or something?
No. When I meant my chest area, I meant my boobs because I got piercing. Give me my purse because I got piercing.
Oh, okay. I was
yes, that's a lead.
You scare me because like boobs is the most precious thing on earth. Like when women start bleeding out of them, I start freaking the fuck out. Like
no, I got my nipples pierced on my husband's birthday.
Yes,
like that's
my daughter has
that's a whole other vision that I just started visioning that I got to stop. Like
Christopher,
like old
hey,
grandmas.
Christopher,
and like,
Aliana's are pierced.
So, okay, look, like I don't need to know that Ollie's things are pierced. Like that's something I don't need to know. Like I don't need to know that.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
You're a man.
Like no, I don't care. That's the daughter. Like I ain't trying to picture no daughters with their things. Like I don't.
If you don't want to picture,
I don't need to hear that.
Okay.
Even though they're just normal, I don't even.
Scouts didn't need to hear it, but King probably did because Dixie was sharing.
And Lily and all of our daughters. Like I don't even like them aren't breasts. Them are just like things on their chest. Like I don't even call them breasts because I know what I think of. Like when I think of Sassy over there butt naked eating chips and dip, with her breasts exposed. Like I don't even want to think about that. That's just wrong. Like
so yeah, I had to take a rinse because they were bleeding.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're a vampire queen. Wouldn't you just like lick the blood off?
I would, but I'm
but
good.
You're being domesticated for the dog. I understand. Like even vampire queens have to do what they got to do when the kids are around. Like
yeah.
So.
Well, you're talking about but chesticles there, bud. Chesticles. So years ago, my wife's Mrs. Wolf, as you called her, she and I were in her car in front of her sister's house, and she goes to me, "I have bigger balls than you." I'm like, "What?" And she shows her, she lifts her breasts and says, "I have chesticles." And I'm like, you're right. And so, like, I have to say this: I hand it to you, women. You bear children, and men, when they have the test to see if they can handle the pain that women endure, no man has come through that test yet fully for the time that the average time a woman's in labor. And I'm like, wow, we need to bow down to the women a bit and stop the male dominance thing and say, in essence, we can't say feminism's right, but we can say we are each individuals. You say, yes, a woman has some abilities that a man can't do, and a man can do something that a woman can't do. But this equality shit, gotta go.
Yes, we can
Because
stand
destroying
up and
things.
pee. But I've known
And we can run our
women
name in the
stand up
snow.
and pee.
Yep.
No, all women, they have breasts, but I don't I don't call like my daughter that went through puberty. She's 14 right now, and she thinks she's like 40. Like, I don't call them breasts. Like, I don't even want to. Like, them are not breasts. Them are just things on her chest. Like she come up and bumped me one day. I'm like, you know what? Like, you need to stop doing that. Like, you can't come up and bump me no more, okay? Because you done grew shit like that I don't want to be touched by. So stop bumping me with them things. And so, like, I'm
And
just,
my daughter's like a D cup.
yeah. She's like, you know what Dixie did to me one day? This is what Dixie did to me one day. Like, she calls me on Skype, and so I am. What, honey? This is the person at the entrance. Anyway, she calls me on Skype, and I answer the video chat, and here stands Ollie in a bikini, and all that's in the frame of the camera is breasts. I'm like, it scared the hell out of me. I didn't know where the breasts were coming from, didn't know whose they were.
Now
And
my
like,
daughter is grown. Just FYI, my
oh
daughter is a
yeah.
grown
No,
woman.
she's a grown ass woman. But I'm just saying, like,
Been married and
like
everything.
that was they had a chuckle out of that. Like, I died. Like,
We
I fell
did.
over. I
It was
died for a few
funny.
minutes. Right, and them two are laughing their ass off, and I'm like, that's mean. Like, that's real mean. Because, like,
Me and my daughter have a very good relationship. Like, when she went and got her nipples pierced, she actually sent me a picture of them doing it. So, and when
that's something I would
she
not
had
want to
like
see.
sexy pictures taken, like in that like Bordeaux or whatever you call them pictures with the lingerie and stuff.
But
She
see,
went and had that
that's
done, and she
different
sent
though.
me the pictures.
That's a mom and a daughter. Like, a mom and a daughter.
She sent me a picture of her boyfriend's dick.
Yeah. Like, that would be
Damn.
uncomfortable if my son ever sent me naked pictures of his girlfriend. I'm like,
No.
but my son's still a virgin at 23. He don't have a
Whoa,
girlfriend. So
wait. Why did she send you her boyfriend's dick?
To make sure
She wouldn't actually
make sure
send
the
it to me,
mom
but
approves
she
of
wouldn't
the
actually
size,
send
the
it.
look, and everything else.
She wouldn't actually send it to me. She wouldn't actually
But
send it to me, but
oh no,
she
she
would
showed you.
she would show it to me. Yeah.
Why? Yeah, that's a
Gemini
question. Why?
Gemini
Yeah,
twin
I don't
says,
know. I
"Don't tell
mean,
me there are
why do my kids
12-year-olds
come
with
in?
B
Why do
cups.
my
I'm
kids
sure
still
there
come
are."
in the
Yes, there
bathroom
are.
whenever I'm in there? So I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I
You can ask
know,
Christopher. I'll be in the bathroom, and my kids will come in there.
just walk right in and be like,
So
"Mom,
just why?
we know you're doing your thing, but like, we need to talk."
They
And I'm
do.
like, "What?"
So you're just so if you have sex, your kids will just come in, budge, and be like, "Hey, we got a question."
No. That's Dixie.
I've
Actually,
done that to
Dixie,
them.
when
Oh, you done that?
when her children are doing it in the house, and she comes home, instead of like being a normal parent, like, she just opens the door and sits on the bed with them and be like, "So what are y'all doing?" Like, it'd be something I would do. Like,
I do.
I don't falter for it, because I'd be doing the same damn thing. Like, but what, if my son came to me and be like, "Dad, my balls are hanging a little bit lower than they normally are. Like, see, look, is that a problem?" Like, that wouldn't be weird, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
But if my daughter comes to me and goes, "Dad, my nipples are bleeding, because I got them pierced. Can you look at?" No, I can't look at them. Like, go somewhere. Like, you got an aunt, or you got other females that you can, like,
Well,
go.
you have to admit though, at least if a daughter is comfortable to ask her dad if can you check them for her, you have to admit that is your daughter has balls
That
to
would
come
be
up to the
something that my daughter
to
would
come
do. Like,
up. to
She
you
has
and ask
chesticles.
you that. Yes, to ask you this question. She probably wouldn't go to the mom. She probably go to somebody else. She came up to you because you are a grown ass man who probably dealt with this type of shit, maybe. So that's why she
Okay,
probably would come to you.
listen to this. Let me tell y'all a little story. Okay, so my daughter, after I got out of prison, my daughter, she calls me one day and she like is freaking the fuck out, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And she's screaming. She's at the house. Like I'm 30 miles away at work, so I don't even tell like my supervisors and shit. I just run out the door of the plant, jump in my car, haul ass home, walk through the door, and I'm expecting to find like a crime scene, something. I don't know. But I was like, I had a baseball bat. I was coming in locked and loaded. She's in the bathroom and she's like, I think I'm a woman now. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't register to me. Like, she just had her period. All right, she just had her first one, and like, okay, I was relieved and shit, and I was a little bit like, oh my god, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because like, I
You're
don't
a
know.
man.
Yeah, I'm a man, and I don't, I'm going through a divorce, all of that shit. So I'm like, okay, well, we need to go. We need to go to the store. We need to find some things like with wings or whatever. And so I take her to the local grocery store because we don't have a Walmart or anything in our town. And I take her there and like I give her a buggy and I give her my debit card and I point her to the aisle and I just push her in that direction. I said, go load up. Let's go load up. And like I'm sitting there waiting, I'm on my phone and I'm waiting for a while. 45 minutes comes around and she is still standing there like a deer in headlights. Like she don't know what the hell she's looking for. I don't know what the hell she's looking for. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what are we gonna do here? Like this is a stalemate between us. And so the only thing I could do, I called my whole crew from Skyline, the whole flooring crew. 9 guys. I said, one of y'all's got a daughter, I know, so y'all just need to come help me. We got an issue we got to take care of. So just picture a little 13-year-old girl or 12-year-old girl at that time and 10 full-grown men in the tampon aisle of the grocery store. Like we're Googling absorbency rates and flow patterns and like what does pearl mean and what does this mean and like it was like listen. I
They come in
learned
different
shit that
sizes.
day. I learned shit that day that no man should ever learn and no man would ever forget. Right? So like eventually they escorted me and my whole crew out of the store. Like I thought they were gonna arrest me. I thought they were gonna arrest us all. But they left my daughter in there and she's still like trying to figure out which side she is and like I'm like, y'all know that's my daughter, right? Like y'all are separating me from my baby girl in there that like desperately needs some help. And luckily, there was two girls in there that was high school girls. And they seen the commotion going on and the absolute fuckery that we were in. And they went over, they took my daughter, they taught her about tampons and pads and all this stuff. And um, um, they fixed her up with what she needed. Like they even made her a little go bag, all this shit. And um, I bought the store out of that particular brand. Like my daughter she has a walk-in closet stacked to the ceiling with her brand of pads. And I think she will have some at the end of time. She'll still have some pads left because like I bought the whole rack out of what she chose, and so because I didn't want to go through that shit again. Like that was traumatizing to me. Like yeah, just saying. Like I'm traumatized because of that. I don't know if y'all understand how traumatized I am of that, but like I'm very traumatized. So
To be honest, I think all men should really understand the real tampons and the pads and everything else, just in case they end up being a single dad with a child. That's a daughter.
We like to be called dad mom.
When I found out
Yeah.
that my oldest boy was having sex, I went to the Walmart and I got him some condoms, and in front of him, it was him and his brother, his sister, his girlfriend, and one of their